So, what's up? What's happening, everyone? This is day two of me trying to record some reactions to my Instagram algorithm. It's all Instagram, by the way. Uh, so, there should be no reason at all that it's going to get banned or censored, or there's going to be some community strikes because it's all from the metaverse, right? It's like I'm not finding these videos out or like looking for them at some dark web or secret webs, like underground websites or anything like that. This is just my algorithm that I see every day. And instead of doom scrolling, like that's completely unrestricted and pointless and unrestrained. Maybe there's no discipline in doom scrolling, so maybe I can have some discipline when I'm reacting to those videos. And some of these videos, all of these videos are very interesting. Like let's just get into it, guys. Let's got from hold on to truth, holding on to truth.
There's a Martin Luther King Day and not a Malcolm X Day. Check it out.
Right here in Harlem, who run these whiskey stores that get you drunk. It is Jews that run these old rundown stores that sell you bad food. It is Jews who control
opposition, control opposition.
Look at this, look at this, look at this. What is going on right here? Frogs with reptilian people. Reptilian people. What an imagination they had in the 1700s. So we've seen dragons. Now we've seen reptile people. Who does that represent? Are they Irish? I'm Irish. I've never seen a reptilian. Come on, man. Make it make sense. Come on, King Henry, King Louis, whoever it is.
Make it make sense, guys.
Yeah? Explain this to me. Naysayers in the comment section. Who are these reptilian people? So look, the second row means defiance, this. It's the transformation into the reptilian people. That's what it said. Then they said the bottom rank is their humiliation. Come on, man. Let's get into it. This lady's like scared for her life. This person has 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers. What is it, like the AI version? Look at that right there. Demonic. Demonic. Come on, man. 1600s, 1700s?
They probably did use AI to make some of these statues.
Was microdosing even invented yet? What were these people on? Reptilians? Come on, man. This thing is wild. And who are these people? Come on, why are they asking for help? Come on, man. What is the story they're telling us? Not trying to tell us. Straight up, tell us, man.
That looks like a tower defense game setup, dude.
Listen, man, I always say they rub it right in our face, right? You kiss a toad, it turns into a prince, right? And then they always talk about the reptilian people. They're right there, And then the lower row, chat said it's for humiliation. What do we talk about now? Diddy and all that, what happened, the humiliation process. LeBron James, when they made him wear a dress. Humiliation process of the elites. And where are we? At a castle, a Roman structure in France. 95% Roman stuff, 5% French. Make it make sense. They rub it in our face. The lion's the king of the jungle. He doesn't even live in the jungle. Kiss a frog, he'll turn into a prince. Humiliation factors. Come on, man. It's in our face the whole time. We're in some sort of movie simulation. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. I just wanted to make it make sense. Look at this, look at this, look at this. What is going on right here? Frogs with reptilian people. Reptilian people. What an imagination they had in the 1700s. So we've seen dragons. Now we've seen reptile people. Who does that represent? Are they Irish? I'm Irish. I've never seen a reptilian. Come on, man. Make it make sense. Come on, King Henry, King Louis, whoever it is. Explain this to me. Naysayers in the comment section. Who are these reptilian people? So look, the second row means defiance, this. It's the transformation into the reptilian people. That's what it said.
What type of person would do something like this?
How long have you been here?
A month and a half.
Good tips?
I don't make tips.
Say that again.
I make hourly.
Serious? So where did the tips go?
The owner.
Wow, $10 tip.
Yeah.
That's nice for you.
Of course, yeah. Why not?
Do you think the girls deserve some tips tonight?
No.
Do you think if I went and asked every customer when they leave a tip that it goes straight to the owner and not to the server? Let me ask that table there. Sir, the tip that you left the young lady's server, the owner takes the tips.
No. Okay.
Don't with me.
Yeah, I will with you.
Yeah.
What the thing you are?
Tell the customers they're going to get their tips.
No, they don't.
They should be told that you're taking them because this service deserve them.
You want to with me? I will.
I don't want to with you.
2 years after this episode was shot, their restaurant officially closed. A couple years after that, the owners also divorced and the man got deported from the US for his criminal past and now lives in Israel.
That's good to hear.
Okay, Canada has just reached a new level of communist 1984. This should scare anyone with common sense. Apparently, there is now mental health police that can pull you over and haul you off to a mental institution.
Okay. And this is Dr. Emery. He's a resident psychiatrist, senior resident. He's on a rotation with the CAR 87. We're part of a program that includes Vancouver Coastal Health and the Vancouver Police. Okay? And what we do is we go to people when there's different reasons that come up. Every case is a little different, and we go to people to see them where they are, especially if there's been issues with trying to find them and talk to them. So in your case, I think you were certified under the Mental Health Act just, I don't know how long ago, but like maybe 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. Were you aware of that? Dr. Taylor saw you in a cafe. She didn't certify you. I think you filmed part of it. And then she spoke with your family, got some more information, and you know, you're gonna have to turn that off.
So just one sec. What the officer just told me is that you know, you and I can set up a meeting and we can chat then. So why don't we do that, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not turning the camera off. I have a legal right to keep the camera on. If you don't want to make the appointment now, we can do it at another time. But you know, that's what the officer just asked that we do. So why don't we do that?
So I'm going to certify you under the Mental Health Act. We're going to bring you to hospital, do testing on you, and you're going to talk to a psychiatrist in a controlled environment because we don't believe that you're
What
going to
is this nonsense, bro?
I won't attend. I've never been given a chance to attend an appointment.
So he's certified.
I've never been given a chance to attend an appointment. What is going on? I was never given a psych eval or nothing. He just looked at me and said, "You're certified."
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know why, but it's up to the doctor. So if you.
But no, he didn't even give me an eval. He just looked at me and said, "I'm certified, man."
I get that.
You know, please consider what you're doing, and please think about the fact that I'm more than happy to come in for an appointment. I'm happy to go through and do everything properly. Okay, I've been completely compliant with everything.
Yes, you've been really good with me, Nicholas. But listen, that's his call, and unfortunately, we can't go back on that.
He hasn't
you
talked
have to
to
get
me.
checked out by a doctor.
You're interacting with.
He says this is in retaliation for exposing corruption in the government, which like really isn't that hard to believe. He's currently being held at the Vancouver General Hospital in the psychiatric ward. They are trying to silence dissent and people with a brain who know that this government is corrupt as Okay, Canada has...
Man, the extent, dude, the lengths that they would go to suppress anybody who's trying to say anything against them, dude. Like it's, I mean, are we literally, we are already living in clown world, man. This is clown world, like literally, there's no reasoning left to, I mean, you can't reason with this, bro.
These dolphins know exactly what they are doing. This is a pufferfish. When threatened, it releases a neurotoxin. Dolphins figured out that a small dose doesn't kill you. It just changes your perception. So they bite it, gently, just enough. Then they pass it to their friends. Scientists watched an entire pod take turns with the same pufferfish for 20 minutes straight. They weren't hunting it, they were sharing it. After contact, dolphins float near the surface, barely moving, staring into nothing. Scientists call this intentional behavior. They are the only animals besides humans known to seek altered states for pleasure. These dolphins...
Oh, sir, there's no smoking on airplanes.
I know. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Don't worry about it. I'll be quick.
Sir, if you like that, I'll have to report you to the FAA.
Stacy, do you know when the first commercial flight went smokeless?
No.
1973. And did you know that in 1969, when smoking was allowed on all flights, we put a man on the moon?
I had no idea.
Look. You know what that is? That's a remnant of a better time. But they welded it shut. And it starts with ashtrays, and it ends with all of our precious freedoms being stripped away. I remember back in the day when you got on a plane and you knew you were in for a good time. A little smoking, a little drinking. And the stewardesses, Stacy, you come from a proud tradition of blazing hot stewardesses. And now you can't do one damn thing without someone reporting you to the Department of Homeland Security. Am I right?
That's right. You listen to Don.
I had to take my pants off and nibble my Old Spice down to 3 ounces just to get on the plane, Stacy.
They made me throw out my mouthwash.
I had to give up my bath jellies.
They made me breastfeed some old man.
That's what I'm talking about. But we don't have to take it, Stacy. Like Henry David Thoreau and Rosa Parks and David Lee Roth when he left Van Halen, we can say enough. Enough injustice. And when you and I are old and gray, we can look back on this and remember when we were 30,000 feet above God's green earth and we smoked one. We smoked one for America!
You motherfucker.
Yeah.
I wonder who made this movie.
Sir.
This is what it's like living with a data center in your neighborhood. And this is what it's like living with a data center on your block. And this is what it's
You
like living with
serious?
a data center on your block inside of your house with all of the doors and windows closed. Sometimes they flood your neighborhoods and do nothing about it.
House was pretty much surrounded by water.
Record levels of flooding coming out of this site.
But most of the times they do this to the neighborhood water supply.
Water pressure in the kitchen. Those are the things we have to fill up to flush the toilets.
So you can see the sediment from the data center. Wow, and that's just from the water coming out of your faucet.
Yeah. And this is what's in all the pipes.
And if you're like, Ed, this would never happen where I live because my neighborhood would never allow this to happen. Well, in Gilroy, California, Amazon is building a 60-acre, that's 60-acre data center. And because they're building it in an industrial area, just far enough outside of the closest residential area, they didn't have to consult any of the residents.
They say they know at this point they probably can't stop this data center.
And if you're like, Ed, if they're building it just far enough outside of the reach of residential areas, then it should be fine, right? Nope, because they're illegally and secretly building power plants inside of these data centers.
This is what it looks like in a standard drone shot, but watch what happens when I switch to thermal.
Wow. Those smokestacks that you see, they're literally built to disperse pollutants into the area. That's why even though you don't actively see smoke coming out of those smokestacks, under heat, you will see that they are actively burning pollutants into the air. And it's crazy that Lee Zeldin, the current head of the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, when he took over office last year, stated that he was boosting AI, the Environmental Protection Agency head, which has not only allowed this data center, but because these data centers require so much energy to operate, even Elon Musk's ex-AI data center in Memphis, Tennessee, was found that they were illegally generating extra electricity. Surprise, because they had secretly built an illegal power plant inside of their data center. See those smokestacks with all of those smoke coming out of it? And it's because the EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin has stated that he will not set national environmental standards for AI data centers, even though the EPA's own website clearly states that those emissions have serious health and environmental impacts. And again, on the EPA's website, that are not limited to the area immediately adjacent to the plant, but because air pollution can travel over long distances, the impacts of power plant emissions can be felt locally as well as many miles away, meaning that the air quality in a community can be impacted by far distant sources as well as those site near a community. And because I don't think that the millions of Americans across tens of thousands of neighborhoods across the country should have to fight individual battles to keep these data centers out in order to keep their property values from plummeting and their families' health from plummeting, I created this petition. You can find it right here, demanding that the decision makers like EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin prioritize the lives of Americans and not the pockets of billionaires, and set national standards for keeping data centers out of our neighborhoods. Sign the petition and help save our neighborhoods. Thank you.
Yo, guys, I mean, all this so that you can ask ChatGPT some real meaningless jokes. You can crack jokes with AI, and just like proving how AI is dumb and how AI doesn't do this and AI can't even like count to 100, and you know, all of this data centers and all this pollution and all this harassment of the residents around, also just so that you can get some entertainment off of some software program, dude. And I'm not gonna say anything about people who actually use AI for work and all that, because uh, nobody likes to work. Like, does anybody here like to work, go to an office, or even if you're doing remote work, you wake up every day and talk to 50 people, like or 5 people in your team, and then do you like doing that? No, so they just use AI, right? So, and just so that people can be lazy and people can do like half hours work, half hours their shit, they're going to put data center in the middle of residential areas, so that, I mean, like, nobody's gonna have peace anywhere if this continues. And the only way that you're gonna get around this is all these stupid, idiotic people, the billionaires, funding all these data centers. They're probably trillionaires now. Like, $1 billion doesn't cut it. Even to train a large language model, $1 billion is not enough. Only like large governments or like extremely large corporations that are bigger than governments can do that. And instead of building data centers, they should just all around the world, over the world, just reduce the prices of the stupid RAM and silicon chips and all that, so that everybody can afford to have a mini data center inside their home. It's now the Apple iMac, not iMac, the Mac Studio or whatever it is. It costs about what, $3,000, $4,000 dollars, and that let's say if you go to $5,000, you actually get a mini data center. That's a data center in your house, and which will obviously, it's going to take up electricity, but at least it's not going to. And I mean, at least electricity is free. They just make it from the ether anyway, right? Like, at least it's not going to consume land and cause noise pollution and take up a water supply. I mean, even if you consider water supply as being infinite, like, oh, electricity is infinite, water supply, at least it's not going to take up land around people's houses and harass them. At least inside their own house, in a box, they can get a local language model to do anything. Basically, it can even, you guys know, right? Claude and all that. You can get a 40 GB, a 38 GB local model running inside your PC, your Mac Studio, if you have graphics cards or whatever. If you have that unified data that Mac has, just use that, and it can even surf the web for you. It can get you all the latest information out. It can write code for you, man. What else do you need? If you can do all that locally, you don't. And I've been trying out local models, the Quen 38B or whatever. Yeah, I mean, it's better than Gemini Pro. Like, it's actually better than Gemini Pro, because Gemini loses context. It's funny, guys. Like, even on the Pro subscription, Gemini just forgets about things. Like, and you're like, what? I mean, I'm sorry, what? Like you didn't like I just 5 messages back you were doing well and you just forgot everything now. Like I mean, your entire workflow is ruined. And a local model, a 38 GB local model is actually more intelligent. Even if the model loses context, you can just feed it feed it a few pointers here and there, and it'll go through your entire project and figure out the context on its own. Like so, I mean, just get a local model, guys. Anyway, enough of this. Enough of this unnecessary lecture.
Thank you, Winston.
The World Cup opening?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yo, they literally put up the
Illuminati sign
Carlos right in her face.
Carlos.
So at this point, Gavin, do you think they're like low-key mocking us? Because everybody knows this is Illuminati symbol.
Yeah, it was all a historic ritual.
I'm thinking too, that's W marketing.
Imagine opening like this, but you have the whole world watching still. That's a haha, you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, one person, the first goal that they scored, you know how the Masonic symbol is like
Yeah, he did the compass, right?
You know when they put the idol, the World Cup trophy on the top, and there was stairways up to it? It looked exactly like the pyramid.
Yeah.
And guess what was dancing around it? Labubus.
I saw that.
Labubus are
That's
what?
so wild, bro. It is a Pazuzu. Like a demonic entity.
Okay, Shakira. Did you see what she was dancing on top of?
No, what was it?
With a purple dress on top of the world. So in Revelation 17, it says a woman arrived in purple over all the people's nations, holding in her hand a cup full of abominations. In her hand, she was holding the World Cup.
This is in Revelation.
In Revelation 17.
Whoa. What if they're trying to usher in Revelation? Like by making these prophecies come true. Going by the scripture?
Yeah.
The Antichrist or whoever.
Oh my god.
Because there's some people that worship that, right?
100%.
Now, for it to happen, what do they need to do? They need to make these things happen.
The World Cup opening?
Yeah.
So there's actually data on which games the highest IQ people are playing, and the results are pretty weird. A study surveyed over 1,000 gamers, gave them a proper 4-part IQ test, covering verbal, mathematical, logical, and visual reasoning, and then matched the scores to the games they play. Dota 2 came out on top with an average IQ of 120.8, followed by League of Legends at 120, Counter-Strike at 116, and Elden Ring at 114. But the weirdest part is that at the absolute bottom of the list sits EA's FC26 with an average of 90.4. The most popular sports game on the planet has the lowest scoring player base in the entire study. The study also found that PC gamers scored highest by platform at 114.8. PlayStation came second at 112.7, Xbox third at 107.4, and mobile gamers came dead last at 100.2. Also, female gamers averaged a higher IQ than male gamers across the entire study. I am not a feminist, by the way. So the
Press X to doubt, guys.
Step right up, my friends. Step right up. How much is this big ball worth? I'll be 20. 20 is bid. Yeah. Going?
Oh my god, guys, he's rubbing his hands, dude, and he's got a big nose.
Wild time got. Gimme.
The money.
The cash.
Yeah, here you got a few.
Thank you.
No, so.
Step right up, my.
What the F did I just watch, guys? Oh my god.
Meet Fred the Eagle, who...
Yo, check this video out. This guy captures Saturn with a Nikon P900.
Interesting.
This camera was banned because it questions the narrative. Check this crazy footage out.
This little light that just comes into view here, that's Saturn. That's the planet Saturn. You were looking at it with your own eyes. This is supposedly 800 million miles away, Saturn. Do you understand? You're going to tell me I zoomed past the moon into the darkness and just captured this by accident? And the world is spinning 1,000 miles or 25. The world is spinning and the sun is spinning and the solar system is spinning and all this shit. And yet here I am focused on planet Saturn, this rock that you think that has a ring around it, this rock that gives off light. Okay. Because rocks don't give off light. Number one. Okay. Only lights give off light. And Saturn is a light. So here I zoom out. And Saturn disappears into the darkness of space. And there the moon comes back into view. So now I'm going to show you the moon. I'm going to zoom into the moon now, 238,000 miles away. Okay? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? If Saturn is 800 million miles away, then this is all there is to see on the moon. You think like I could zoom in and like you could see people and footsteps and shit like that? You're fucking mistaken. You're absolutely wrong. You are a million times fucking off your rocker. You don't know what you're talking about. This is not a rock neither. I can't tell you what it is, but I could tell you what it ain't, and I could tell you what didn't happen. Ain't no fucking man walked on that. Okay? Nobody walked on that. And the fact that I could zoom in on all these different things, I could zoom in 800 million miles away, then zoom in a quarter million miles away. You guys have been fucking lied to. Have a good day.
Man, the moon is truly the most mysterious and the most mind-boggling illusion ever, man. It looks like Swiss cheese. It looks like it's transparent, like the black part is totally transparent. And I mean, it's apparently a mirrored map of the Earth. We have a map of the Earth on the moon. So it's like mind cannot. I really believe humans are not meant to figure it out. These even if you go, even if you crack the firmament, or even if you go and try to touch the moon, like I'm sure humans are not meant to figure it out. You won't be able to. It's probably gonna, because it's an illusion. It's a reflection of, or it's getting reflected from somewhere. It's not going to be there. It's a light. So yeah, I really believe that no matter what you do, and all these idiots on the TV, the lab coat wearing people who claim that, oh, we lost the technology to go back to the moon, we had to burn it away, we had to burn it off so the Russians don't steal it. I mean, they're just lying, and they just want you to worship them instead of like nature and whatever you see. So they'll just claim to know what it is. They claim to know what the sun is. They claim to know what the moon is. They claim to know what the earth is and how it is. Humans are not meant to, like, unless like if you're a game developer, you give yourself God mode and no clip through walls and can fly off in like at like 1,000,000 miles an hour and go anywhere you want. So, and no human can do that. And even if they build like fancy technologies and whatnot, I really doubt you can actually you can go and verify and touch the moon or the sun. And so yeah, we're just not meant to figure it out, guys. Like maybe in another life.
Another reason the elites don't like our bees.
This woman named Ellie Lobel, she's 42 years old, and she decided enough is enough, it's time for me to die. Her background was she was brilliant. She had her PhD by 18, hyper successful woman. She came down with this mysterious illness. Every time she would go to the doctors would run a battery of tests and say, oh, you're low on this vitamin. So she hired an end-of-life care person. And so she goes to this little Airbnb in this random town. She's met up with her end-of-life care person. And so they leave this house. It's a beautiful sunny day. For a second, she stops and just stares out at this field, and she's taken with just how beautiful it is. But as she's staring at this field, she begins to hear a buzzing sound, and she looks above her and she sees there's an African killer bee that came down and began stinging her, and she's practically immobile, and at the same time she's like screaming. Her end-of-life care person just turns and starts running. And this was not just one bee, there was a whole horde of African killer bees, and they stung her hundreds of times. They flew off and she's just laying on the ground. And by this point, her end-of-life care person, who has completely abandoned her, now comes back and he scoops her up, and as he's running with her, all she thinks to say is, don't take me to the hospital, because at this point she's like, this will kill me. And so he runs her all the way back to the house. 3 more days go by and she doesn't die, and in fact she actually begins to feel better. So 15 years earlier, when she began to feel this feeling she was getting, she had gone out for a hike and she had noticed she had this little mark on the inside of her thigh. It turned out she got bit by a tick that had Lyme disease, and so she was aware that she had Lyme disease. She hops online and she does some research about bee stings, and she discovered an obscure study done in the 1990s in Australia about the toxin in African killer bees and its effects on Lyme disease patients. A certain amount of bee stings from African killer bees, in theory, could cure Lyme disease, but it was an unethical study. But Ellie Lobel unintentionally conducted the experiment on herself, and it completely cured her Lyme disease.
Another reason the elites.
Guys, don't. I mean, No, I'm not gonna talk about any kind of medical conspiracies or anything. No, I don't want to get banned. I don't want to get banned.
Check this out. An Africa-based research team set out to challenge Western claims about low IQ levels in African countries and were
I don't
shocked
want
by
this
the
racist
results.
shit anyway.
Okay, new
I
conspiracy
don't want
for
any
you.
of this racist crap.
Russian to English translation. If I put in Epstein, then I put in Epstein's name backwards.
What the?
What the fuck? You can try this for yourself. Go look right now. What the fuck is that about? I've tried this on my phone, on my computer, on my laptop. It
Damn,
works
that's
every fucking
crazy,
time.
bro.
What the fuck? Okay, new.
This is why I quit weed. It's too strong.
He's totally right. Back in the 70s, it was 3%. For most of the 90s, it was below 8% THC. And then it just hockey sticked up.
Dude, I
From the
just quit,
2010s, like it got
I
up to
just
15%.
smoked
If you go into
tobacco.
dispensaries
I just
nowadays,
stopped
you
that.
get like 25%, 30%.
The weirdest book you've ever seen just keeps getting weirder. This guy, Dustin Goodroad, found a book while thrift shopping called King of the Jews, written by a Leslie Epstein in 1979, who looks like that. Totally not exactly like someone else of the same last name. And the strangest part is that the original video is glitching for everyone in the exact same spot. It buffers at the same timestamp for all viewers, and when it resumes, it cuts out the audio, and no one can explain why. Almost like they don't want this video to get out. And now the entire account is completely gone. So I'm here to explain this as best as I can, and let's hope this video does. Just kidding. So the book is a story about a person named, get this,
This guy
I.C.
makes really
Trump,
long
who,
videos,
according
man.
to the synopsis, used his power to set up an authoritarian regime in the ghetto. His face appeared on money and stamps. His word was law. He was an alternative con man, a charismatic leader, a buffoon, and a dictator. Part savior and part executioner. I.C. Trumpleman. This is almost too exact to be true, but we haven't even scratched the surface of how deep this rabbit hole goes. The book was originally written in 1979, the year that our Donald Trump turned 33. There's that number again. Once you look into the author, Leslie Epstein, you realize it is so much more than just that. Leslie was a smart man, a scholar with degrees from Yale, Oxford, and UCLA. Oh, and his full name is Leslie Donald
It's like they're all
Epstein.
from the same
For real, I
family,
really
man.
don't make this shit up. But like, I don't think anyone could deny that Leslie and Jeff, well, never mind brothers, almost look like they can be twins. Now, Leslie's dad was a man named Philip Epstein, with a PH, not an F. And yeah, straight up looks like both of their biological father. PH Philip had a twin named Julius, both of whom were screenwriters in the early days of Hollywood, and happened to be the main writers of the 1943 hit movie Casablanca. Came out during World War II, the film's release coinciding with a meeting of world leaders in Casablanca, Morocco. It happened the same month the movie came out in January 1943. Because of that, the movie was actually considered wartime propaganda, and the OSS, the early version of the CIA before it became the CIA, was somewhat
Well, all
involved in
movies
it.
are
Now,
wartime
in the OSS
propaganda.
during that same time was a man named Donald Barr, who later became headmaster of the prestigious private institution Dalton School, where he hired, get ready for this, college dropout Jeffrey Epstein in 1974. Donald Barr also happened to write his own book called Space Relations, a sci-fi novel where a diplomat man is auctioned and sold to a sadistic noblewoman and becomes her partner
There's the
and
Tower
slave,
of
during
Babel
which the
again.
man participates with her in the sexual exploitation of an enslaved people, while enjoying his role in coercive sexual acts. And an aristocratic network of oligarchs use a rare mineral called Weinsteinite to sustain a system of slavery and abuse for political dominance. This book was written even earlier in 1973, which all kind of
They
sounds
keep
eerily
writing
similar
books
to
about what they want to
the
do, what
weirdest
they're
book you've
doing,
ever
bro.
seen just keeps.
But yeah, they have to. It's like they believe that if they tell people that they're doing all this and the people are okay with it, it's like, okay, it's the people's fault. Like they're not doing anything about it. We told them, hey, we told you, and you're okay with it. You're just like consuming it. You're just lapping it up.
Parents, if you weren't shocked before at what the Canadian government is doing to your children, you're going to be shocked now. I'm not shocked, but you may be shocked. Watch this.
Students at North Barrie Collegiate Institute received condoms and these pamphlets from Canadian Mental Health Association representatives this week.
Already there's so much problems at our school with drug use, and that's not making it any better. That's literally just
making it okay for them. People are thinking that's okay, and that's not at all.
The pamphlets, titled Safer Snorting, have a picture of a snort straw and a line of cocaine on the cover, and pages of safety tips for snorting drugs.
It's like kind of promoting addiction to
can't make
kids.
this shit up, bro. Even in
Especially since they
movies
were
or
handing out
even
like the
extreme
sticks to snort
satire
stuff with
comedies,
as
you
well.
don't see
Just
this.
like thinking that they're starting to like try and interpret things too like early for kids, like when things shouldn't even be being said.
Parents responded and, as usual, voiced their anger all over social media, accusing the CIA.
I think it's the same when they try to. I remember when I was 15, 14 years old, in our school, they were trying to. They were asking students. They picked like a bunch of students from every class, and they asked them if you guys would like to have sex education, like how to have sex and stuff. Like that was extremely disturbing. I thought it was really disturbing, and all the kids who were picked up for this questionnaires, they said no, there's no need for you to do any of this nonsense. I mean, anyway, like guys, just homeschool your children, man. Like,
is Vladimir Putin secretly Jewish? It sounds absolutely crazy, but there's a few reasons why people think this might be true. It'll surely blow your
what is
mind.
this video?
Before I go any further, this is just a conspiracy theory, and I'm sharing information that I heard, not created. The absolute craziest link is towards the bottom, which connects him with Zelensky and the Bolshevik Revolution that killed 60 million Christians. So stay around for the video.
guys,
Before
see,
the video
I can't
gets
get
too
banned or
crazy,
flagged
let's
for
start
this
with
because
his
this is
mother's last
Instagram.
name.
Like,
Her
hello,
last
hello,
name
Instagram.
is Shalom over. Shalom by itself is a Jewish name through and through. The theory is
Anyway,
that
this is too
over
boring for
was
me.
added at
That's
the
really
end
boring.
in a way.
You gotta watch this.
Y'all remember back in the 2010s when Nana was being played everywhere? Every artist, every singer, every
His eyes
rapper
are
was
fake, man.
using
Why do people do
Nana
that?
in their songs. This is what I mean.
These are real life. I'm sure it's another spell witchcraft. It's witchcraft.
Just be careful, Nana. You got me singing. Na, 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 na.
Okay, we get it.
So after hearing that, me being who I am, anything the world tries to push, they always have an agenda behind it. So I did a little research. Nana is a Mesopotamian god. Nana is also referred to as, y'all ain't gonna believe this one, Sin. Sin is his name. Nana, aka Sin, also has children, and most notably is his daughter Ishtar. After reading up on Nana, it is said that one could petition him for help. He was responsible for guaranteeing abundance and growth, which would explain why his name was pushed so heavily during that period. During that period, clearly there was one songwriter who was prevalent across the entire board. Whoever wrote the songs that petitioned Nana for abundance and growth, for which he is known for, he used Nana's name to gain abundance and growth while at the same time having the entire world join in worshiping Sin. And we didn't even know it. If you think I'm reaching again, y'all know that song by Trey Songz. He says, ooh na na na, put your hands in the air if you're loving tonight. Listen, ooh na na na, put your hands in the air, put both hands in the air. What are you doing? You're worshiping Nana. Think of how many of us sang those songs during that period who did.
So, did all the people who sang these songs, did they become wealthy and did they get a lot of abundance and growth? Maybe they did. You never know. The period 2010, I think everybody did a lot of progress, growth, and wealth accumulation from maybe 2010s to the 2020s. It's when they decided, oh, enough of that. You can't have any more growth and abundance. It's time to go backwards, guys. It's time to go back. Lock it down. Lock everything down. I think that's what they did.
Didn't know and still don't know until now you're seeing this. We're literally declaring Nana's name, aka sin which we should not be doing, sin which God told us to stay away from, throwing our hands in the air in worship, singing to Nana.
I took RFK Jr.'s advice and ate nothing but high-protein foods for a week, and I found myself barfing in the office bathroom.
Pretty weird, man. I'm wondering why you feel so shitty if you're just eating regular high-protein foods.
Secretary unveiled a historic reset of dietary guidelines for America.
This is high-protein food.
I genuinely don't believe people are this stupid. I mean, if you look here, this is a real article. This is a Wired article. Millions of people read this. And this fucking idiot is eating protein Pop-Tarts and talking about how he feels disgusting eating a high-protein diet.
Guys, these people, the Pop-Tart people, they say that plants have proteins, man. Like, I mean, they're just basically they're basically admitting they don't know what protein is, and it's been just used as a marketing gimmick. It's a marketing term
That RFK is initiating. How fucking stupid are you? This is a real journalist. People listen to this guy. And then even later, he literally says, yeah, I could have gone the more appropriate approach and eaten high-protein food.
I couldn't see what all the fuss was about. And how did I feel physically? Unwell. Sure, I could have gone a more sensible route to maximum protein with lots of...
Dude, I don't think this guy can be helped, man. I don't think it can be helped.
Dude, talking about the scene, take my strong hand.
Quote, right, from the film.
Yes.
But everybody
Take my good hand.
thinks it's take my strong hand.
Yeah, it is take my strong hand. Take my strong hand.
No, it's take my little hand, and my mind blew today.
Really? I thought it was
realising
take my strong hand.
Affected
We
by
wrote it,
Mandela
and what you're seeing is an interview of Marlon Wayans, co-writer of Scary Movie 2. He also played in Scary Movie 2. He actually says, oh no, it's take my strong hand. No, not take my little hand. And he co-wrote the movie.
Take my little hand. No! Get it away from me! Take it!
Star and co-writer of the movie remember it being how we remember it, and it's not. Hey, let's go through the explanations. Either they changed it and he forgot about it, or it was always take my little hand, or it's a Mandela effect. This one's pretty wild because I remember take my strong hand and everybody remembers take my strong hand, but apparently it was take my little hand. Also talks about Scary Movie 1 in the line, I see white people. What can people think I said I see white people in the original Scary Movie, and I said I see dead people. It's changed to I see dead people, but a lot of people remember that line, but let me know what you think.
I remember it as I See White People, man, and we watched that movie a lot. I remember I See White People. You know what? Even recently, like couple of months back, I was rewatching these funny clips from the Scary Movie, and I remember watching that I See White People scene again.
It's a
Guess I'll throw this in the trash. I think they're too big for the trash. Yeah. Mommy!
Are those two sons?
There's another one! Mommy! There's another
The circle behind the brighter, bigger circle is the real sun, apparently. Or it could be like a reflection from the... I don't know, dude. I'm telling you guys, humans are not meant to figure this shit out.
Welcome to part 2 of men in Hollywood who like to wear pearl necklaces. It seems some of you in the comment section
Sorry,
just
guys,
didn't get my hints
dark and
well.
disturbing. What the... It's a remote control ball. It's a bigger video game than FIFA EA Sports video games.
This is insane. This is actually mind-blowing and kind of scary, actually. This is the occult symbolism in Super Mario
The Nintendo
64.
64 game, Super Mario 64, is loaded with occult symbolism. The castle's checkered floor pattern, pyramids, the stars that Mario collects in each level, and many other things are occult symbols and references. In each of the 15 levels, there are 7 stars Mario can collect. 6 regular stars, plus 1 more if Mario collects 100 coins in the level. The number 7 is the sacred number of completion. It took God 6 days to create the universe, and then he rested on the 7th day. And the Seed of Life contains 7 circles. There are 2 unfinished pyramids in the game. The level Shifting Sandland has a giant pyramid that's capstone will be removed if Mario collects the 4 red coins on the pillars. One of the stars that Mario collects in the same level is called Shining Atop the Pyramid. This is a reference to the all-seeing eye of the Masonic Pyramid. In the courtyard where the level Boo's Haunt can be found is another unfinished pyramid that has a star sitting atop it. This is another reference to the unfinished pyramid. And this pyramid also has an inscription on it that reads either El Israel 2401 or Eternal Star. There are 2 competing theories with that one, but if it's Eternal Star, that would be a reference to the all-seeing eye that sits atop the pyramid as a representation of God. The Hamza or Hamza, they can be found inside the pyramid after the capstone is removed. The Hamza, Hand of Mary, or Hand of Fatima, is an ancient occult symbol of protection, usually a depiction of the divine feminine that looks like a hand with an eye in the palm, and is often used as an amulet to ward off the evil eye.
I mean, I'm convinced. I am convinced. Yep. Mario equals Baal. Look at that middle one and the bottom row. Mario is Baal.
Off the checkered floor pattern that covers the entire castle is a reference to the Masonic mosaic pavement found in many Masonic lodges. The checkered floor supposedly dates back to the temples in ancient Egypt and the floor of Solomon's Great Temple, which Masonic lodges are based on. The checkered floor symbolizes duality in all forms and man's baser earthly aspect. The ceiling of the castle lobby depicts the sky. The ceiling of many Masonic lodges also have depictions of the sky on them.
Wow.
The game's villain, Bowser, is a fire-breathing mixture of a dragon and a turtle. This is similar to many mythological battles between man and serpent. The octagon in both the lobby and the battles with Bowser are references to the creator god of the universe, known by many different names, such as Baal, Moloch, Saturn, Cronus, Mammon.
Oh, Nintendo really is Baal. I can't believe it. Kronos, Saturn, Moloch, El, Baal, all of your favorite friends.
Man, I think I'm gonna end it here with this video, bro. I just love it when people rip into video games for symbolism, man, because these people are everywhere. The symbolism people, the symbolism gang, the symbolism crowd, every single piece of mainstream media, even if it's slightly popular in the mainstream, oh my god, it will never be released without their supervision or their symbols everywhere, because I mean they want all these things programmed, wired in everybody from like a young age, from since they can barely read and write and understand the world. They want it programmed deep inside their brains, dude. It's like it's the ultimate form of abuse, but they're everywhere. And if you're an original creator, if you're somebody who's like coming up with something original, the guys in the suits will be sent on your tail, and they will be telling you, hey, listen, we can't have this. You have to do these things. You have to add in these elements and these symbols, and this is how the story will go. This is how the character will be. Hey, just forget about your real main vision, your original idea. Just forget about that, because we will never let it pass. We'll never let that show on the screen or in anybody's house. And I mean, that's why it's so difficult being independent creator, independent game developer, independent filmmaker. There's no such thing as an independent or an indie developer, like unless it is like really done by like one guy, like slogging his ass off for like 5 years, and he really didn't take anybody's shit. And again, to release your game on Steam or Epic or whatever, you still have to go through all the checks and balances, where Kronos will be taking in account of whatever you have, otherwise if you don't agree with Kronos. Like you get sent to the depths of oblivion. So anyway, let's just end this here. This was quite interesting. Today it was quite interesting, man. Let's hope let's hope the algorithm god for my Instagram keeps me well informed. Like it's just happening naturally. I have no idea. I actually don't even follow any of these conspiracy pages, but Instagram just keeps showing me all of this, man. It's not bad at all, not bad at all.